Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Talking Horses. Paul Verderosa, Andy Serling. We announced this morning, I don't think it surprised anybody that's paid any attention to weather reports, we will not be racing tomorrow. We have canceled. I'm almost certain the plant will be open tomorrow for simulcasting now.
Yeah, it is.
Sunday with an expected storm, a different story. We've obviously canceled then. We're hopeful to be back racing on Wednesday. We drew that card yesterday. That's the Sunday card. We sort of moved there. And listen, more important than this is people all over the country staying safe, because there is, I mean, you and I were just looking at the weather. Fortunately, they were going to race this weekend at Oakland anyway, but they're talking about 2.5 feet there.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
and especially where they are, it can pile on whether
right.
it's rain or snow.
Northeast, you know, I grew up in Saratoga, where a foot of snow was barely a snow day when I was a kid, honestly. But a lot of parts of the country not really prepared for it.
Yeah, especially if there's ice on top.
People are
of it.
safe. Yeah, the ice, obviously, you're right. And that's a part of the storm is ice. So we hope everybody's able to stay safe, and there are more important things. Believe it or not, there are more important things than racing. Of course, tomorrow is a big day at Gulfstream with their card, so certainly look at that and play through Naira Bets. Race, what are we doing? Oh, we got a silver Naira. Speaking of Naira Bets, what are we thinking?
Don't get Eddie mad.
Eddie's got more important things going on.
He does.
He's got his burgeoning theatrical career to worry about. Head over to Naira Bets, nairabets.com. Bonus $200, and we'll match the $200 of your initial deposit. We have a $20 bonus if you bet 100 or more at Aqueduct in Tampa. Of course, those races will be shown, or at least I think 4 through 9 at Tampa, and I guess 4 through 8 here, something like that. On America's Day at the Races, $20 bonus. Opt in for that if you'll be playing Tampa as well as Aqueduct today. We've got a cross-country pick 5. Eddie is already very excited. 2 of those races at Tampa are turf races. There's a heavy favorite in the 7th race. I want to say it's the 2 horse. The horse looks like it's going to be 1 or 2 to 5 in there, a turf maiden claiming race. So we'll see what happens. A couple races here. And, as we mentioned, 2 to 5 on FS2. Greg and I will be upstairs. Maggie will be in the paddock. And we turn our attention to today's races, and we'll take a look at the horse that I have second and you have on top, Always Honest. I think this is 2 races back on December 7th, and I have no argument with you. I think this horse is probably the horse to beat.
I just think this horse is going to appreciate the drop back into maiden claimers, honestly. And the field that he faced 2 starts back, Socially Johnny came back and faced a tougher group versus winners, the 2nd place. Runner ran 3rd in a maiden special weight race. There's not much to go on as far as stretching this horse out to a mile, and maybe that bothers me a little bit.
That bothers me a little. An Honest Mischief, trying to get the mile.
But I mean, this horse
not the lone speed.
No, I mean, but he should be close enough, at least to whoever's in front in here. So I just thought mainly it was the drop in class for this horse. For me, it was kind of like the old Harvey Pack, dial it up 516 for me, you know, because I just felt like those were the 3 right horses, and I just thought the 5 would be the better price out of the other ones.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you're looking at the board right now, and it's very, very early, but everybody's basically the same price in here. You know, what do you do with a horse like Takahama, who ran a buyer figure last time that would just annihilate this field? Timeform US did not have it as good. This horse got an exceptional ride last time, coming up to the inside, which I thought was the place to be on January 1st. I kind of want to see it again, but from a just strictly a buyer speed figure standpoint last time, this horse is a total ridiculous layover, and you feel like if it was more high-profile connections, this horse could be odds-on in here based on that race, whether you believe it or not, whether you like the horse or not.
Probably, and you know, in the Obliterator's case, that horse was dropping off an ease line and won, but ran back the same figure.
He actually came back and ran well in his next start, I mean. So you got to be careful with that.
He put up the same 70 figure. He was 2nd in an optional claiming spot. It's just hard for me with the way the race played out for this horse to kind of believe it at such a big price, and now this horse is going to be way shorter and maybe even a favorite in here, and I'm going to have to take this horse now trying to do this off of a perfect trip up the inside in the spot.
But there's a chance this horse is just better than these horses.
Maybe he's gotten better and turned the corner. And it was a right spot finally, not being in stakes races against state cards or a maiden special weight spot. So
it's not a total aberration why the horse moved forward. You're right, because in an easier spot. As far as the one, Vinny Bancarino, you obviously know where the name comes from.
Yeah, welcome back, Cotter. Is this? You didn't look up the sibling. Is Vino Barbarino a half to this horse?
I don't really spend a lot of time looking up
because I know there was that horse.
On horses that have run, unless it's first time turf. I just thought this horse would be the speed, to be honest with you. I thought it was a situation where this horse can try to get out front and just wire the field, and it feels like a decent enough field to try to wire. I don't think your 5 will be particularly compromised, but I just hoped I could wire the field. I was sort of between the 1 and 5. I took one I thought would be a slightly better price. We'll see how it works out in race number 1. I had liked El Grande O in race number 2. He's not going to play, as Linda Rice is coming off of a 5-win day yesterday, and she's a very clever trainer, and she's loaded for bear, and she's aggressive, and she claimed a lot of horses, and she gets prepared for a situation. I mean, it is a situation where, we're probably racing too much for the horse population we have. And Linda's ready to take advantage of a lot of soft spots. I mean, she's doing her job, and she's doing it well. Unfortunately, it creates a lot of soft spots, a lot of shorter prices, and tough time horses trying to beat. Now, this is a more competitive race. As we look at Acoustic Avenue, I'd taken the replay, which is 5 back for Acoustic Avenue, but it was El Grande O winning a couple races ago, so I used it, and Acoustic Avenue runs second. I thought Acoustic Avenue ran very well, better than El Grande O. I think the question with that is, you look at this was the beginning of a situation where Linda ran this horse 3 times in a space of 16 days, and the horse ran very well. You wonder if that might have taken a bit of a toll, though, on this horse, but he does have 4 weeks since his last race.
Yeah, I just wondered, too, last time out if being on the lead just wasn't his jam. And he still has that problem, too, where he doesn't switch leads.
Well, isn't he lone speed here?
Yeah, I mean, he is. I mean, I just didn't know if El Grande O was going to be right off his flank originally. But
well, he's not going
to play now, so it really doesn't matter. I just don't know if that's I guess he's going to be in front, so it's always dangerous. I just don't know if that's the right trip for him. I have the horse second anyway in this spot. He doesn't switch leads quick enough either sometimes. But he chased the winner home 2 starts back. So
I just wonder if he had just been a little over-raced, but he hasn't had that much time off either. But Linda chooses to run him instead of El Grande O, and sort of a vote of confidence for him. I do not like the horse that you picked.
I have always been wrong with this horse, so I will not be surprised if he runs 4th in here. I've never been able to.
I'm never right when he wins.
Yeah, I'm just not. But the only thing that I did like about him, even when the field was intact, was his speed has been gone. But I just wonder if that's a function of some of the stakes races he's been in. He may not just be a stakes racehorse anymore. His last wins have come in the optional claiming ranks, whether it was
horse has gait issues, though.
Yeah, I know, and I was just hoping I guessed right at him on today with the drop. But this field's tough. I mean, this field's not an easy spot, but I didn't like Bolt Journey because I just felt the race wasn't going to set up for him anyway, and he hasn't won in the last 12 starts. And El Grande O I had originally second. General Banker, he got back to one of his better races last time out, but I just wonder how good of a race that was, and if he's going to run back to that number again.
Why are we not supposed to? You're talking about a horse that's going to be the longest shot on the board in General Banker, that ran a buyer speed figure in the last race that makes him one of the horses to beat. And this is the last race where Bold Journey runs second and he runs third. Now, neither one of these horses are particularly quick early, but Bold Journey has no speed. And General Banker can at least put himself a little bit in the game. And I'm afraid that Baby Yoda's sort of past his expiration date.
Could very well
and
be.
I have a lot of respect for Rob Falcone. I both like him personally, but I also think he's a very good trainer. Unless you can make a case that the rail was off last time at Fairgrounds, which, looking at the charts, I don't follow the racing enough. It doesn't seem like a total impossibility because he did plant him down the rail.
Yeah, it was an outer flow in some of the races.
But Ray Lou is a rider that's attuned to racetracks, and I would think if that rail was dead, Ray Lou probably would have been on top of it, and he was right down on the rail. And I just don't trust this horse.
Like I said, I've never guessed right with him, but I just feel like maybe this is the right level for him and not stakes. But you can make the argument horses like Acoustic Avenue and Bold Journey are kind of stakes horses in and out as they've been in their career. So.
Better horses than him at this point in his career. Race number 3, I picked against, but I mean, even without the scratches, but particularly with the scratches, we'll take a look at Sabby Sunset's race 2 back when she lost. This race did give me a bad taste in my mouth for an 0 for 12. You're talking about a horse that was 8-5, that was loose on the lead, and still got run down. And at some point, I just look at this horse and think, she's probably found the right field. She's probably going to boss him around, but she is going to be 3-5 or less today. And, man, that's a tough price to take on a horse
scratched
like
into her because I was going to give the horse on the outside a chance for Linda, who's not going. But, yeah, I agree with you. My biggest thing is it's just the numbers just drown what anybody else has run. Now we don't know about your horse that you picked on top because it was just one.
Well,
dirt start.
if run in the dirt.
If they run in the dirt, that's So, but I just feel
no,
like
it's a joke.
It's
this
now
horse
or
could be
never.
six or could be 6 or 8 in front top of the stretch. It doesn't matter. She may be looking to lay down. And there's just nobody coming.
That's the whole thing too. And I just because I'm not 1 for 0 for 12 maidens as you've seen, but I just feel like with what's left in here and what she's run, I mean, even if she regressed to a 40, it might be good enough to win this race. So I put her on top, but she's going to be ridiculously short for a horse who may just stop.
Yeah, I mean, Tehillo is probably a better horse, and I shouldn't say she's going to be that short because they're going to bet Tehillo in here. The problem with Tehillo is she's never been on the dirt. Her pedigree is all turf.
Yes.
It is not dirt at all, except for the sire, Union Rags, and she's just kind of a disaster. I've lost plenty of money on her in the past, and they're just completely giving up on her, leaving her up here running for 16, probably praying somebody will claim her. I doubt that happens unless somebody thinks she has some sort of broodmare value. She's going to take money, and maybe that makes the 4 playable because maybe the 4 will be 4 to 5 when she should be 2 to 5. Yeah. I'm going to take Looky Here. At least in Looky Here's case, and I have no confidence that this horse is a dirt horse or really even a competitive horse. But this horse did chase outside against a super inside speed track. So I can say this horse was compromised chasing purple and gold last time. And I thought for that reason, a horse who should be sitting behind Savvy Sunset and forward enough, I'll take this horse because I don't want Tehillo. If Tehillo wins, I lose. And I don't trust the 4.
Yeah, I don't. Like I said, that's the horse. Obviously, your horse is the horse that's going to get first run.
She may not be good enough. Not be any good.
But Savvy Sunset's not any great shakes either.
No, but I'll give her one chance in this race.
I mean,
to
as
see
far
what she can
based
do.
Off the last,
should be a fair track. We'll take a break after race number 4. Let's drop the video ad for this race, Eddie. I don't need this. This horse, nobody likes Taparino in here. Talk about your pick, King Phoenix.
Dropping in here, stretching to 7 furlongs might be a little bit suspect for this horse, but I think that this is a horse that probably needed their last start, and this horse should be long gone early on. It's just a question of whether or not this horse is going to be able to see through, the 7 furlongs. So for me, last time out, he got away a little bit slow. I think that basically did in his day. Now he drops in class. He draws inside, and just when you look around at this field, maybe Easy Roll is off of this horse early on, but I mean, shouldn't this horse just?
I think Shoot the Nickel will be sitting.
Shoot the Nickel might be closer, but I just don't trust this horse at all.
Well, that's fine. But the problem with King Phoenix is draw a line to the 65 figure at Finger Lakes.
Wow.
And we do this with a lot of horses. We don't trust their race at Finger Lakes, and we don't for a reason. The reason is they don't run back to them. So you do that, and now you're looking at a horse that suddenly does not look like a very good racehorse. And I have a lot of respect for Rick Dutrow. That horse ran a 92 buyer of his in yesterday's 7th race.
Yeah.
It's a huge performance. Rick's horses are very live. Rick's a terrific trainer. Having said that, and maybe you're right, maybe his horse will wire the field, but this horse ain't very good. And I don't totally trust Shoot the Nickel either. I mean, I know it's a Sandy Goldfarb, Brad Cox claim, but they claim for 17.5. They're running back for 12.5.
That says something.
Even with a win in here and getting claimed, they're basically going to make a couple of pennies. So they're already sort of saying, we didn't make a particularly good claim here. And you look at the trainer they claim from and you say, well, it's going to be easy to claim off of a relatively low percentage trainer. Not always the easiest thing to do. And that's a risky move. And that might be where they're dropping. Having said that, this horse has races that will absolutely and totally smother this field. Yeah. So I'm going to assume this horse is going to run reasonably close to it. I know she's 4 to 5 morning line, or he is, but I think he's just better than these horses.
I don't know. I just see some red flags.
There are plenty of red flags.
I kind of feel like Adrian gave up with the horse, too. Not that it's a high percentage bar, but just to drop the horse like that. And it's not like the horse wasn't competitive.
Well, the horse was also against the track last time out, to be fair.
No, I got bumped around a little bit, but it's just, for these connections, though, especially when you see them claim, and this horse did the 30 days, you would think if they knew they had something, this horse would be in.
Well, I don't think they made a great claim. I don't think anytime you claim a horse dropping off a cliff
and it's not like it's not like Sandy doesn't claim and go, but they know that this horse is this, like you said, was probably.
But you've got Easy Roll second, and I have Easy Roll second. I think this horse is probably the more interesting, more so than the horse that you picked, because I don't think this horse ran that badly last time trying to go a mile, getting involved, and is dropping down. But I would like to ask Ray, and I meant to text you this, Ray. Whose decision was it to run the horse for a $30,000 waiver? Were you worried you're going to get claimed?
Yeah, second time around, right? Yeah,
Well, the horse sit for 12.5
yeah,
today.
I
so
know.
without a waiver.
I know.
So somebody made an error in judgment there.
Yeah, I mean, arguably he might be a better horse on the grass, but he's going to appreciate the drop. And
He is a
he's
better
run well.
grass
Yeah,
horse.
but I think just the drop in class here alone is going to help, and he'll be able to stay close to King Phoenix.
That last race is not that bad.
No, it's not.
So I tend to think this horse is a little bit interesting as the other horse. So my backup will be the 6, not the 1. See what happens in race number 4. We'll take a break. Come back with the late pick 4.
You bet with Naira Bets. Bet any track, anywhere, anytime. Download the Naira Bets app to play today and get a $200 deposit bonus. Watch live horse racing. Get expert picks. Boost your bankroll with weekly promotions and hone your handicapping skills with exclusive tips and tutorials. Download the Naira Bets app now. Sign up now to claim your $200 deposit match bonus. You bet with Naira Bets.
Welcome back to Talking Horses. Paul and Andy, race number 5. I had picked the 3, Think I'm in Love, guessing with a firster for Kathleen DeMasi. It's not going to run. You have gone to the 1, Call Me
Jowl?
Jowl.
Jowl.
Whatever.
Just second time out now. I mean, it's going to be much shorter of a price than it was first. I mean, I chased Interstate Love Song for quite a while, too, in that start before tiring. Interstate Love Songs run okay, 62, 69.
It's the horse to beat.
Yeah, and the stumble at the start was kind of legitimate for this horse, too, because she went down to her knees in that spot and still was able to
But
get out and
she
chase
still
around.
didn't affect her that much, to be fair.
No, but it put her on the chase. And Interstate Love Song
Well,
was a
she
much
was
better
gonna be on the
horse,
chase
by the way.
anyway, but-
yeah,
so-
Interstate Love Song was a much better horse in that spot. But figure with any second time improvement, draws inside here, and I don't know how much speed we'll see out of some of the
Is she
first.
really going to be that much
I
of
don't
a
thi-
bigger price than the
It's 6 to 1. Yeah.
firsters?
I didn't think she was going to be that big of a price.
Yeah,
but,
I think she's. Personally, I feel though she should be favored in this race.
really?
To be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
With what's left now in here? Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, I guess Backstreets could be, and Backstreets is dropping a little bit as well, and has run some faster figs. So I thought. I mean, it depends on how
Better
much the
field,
firsters
too.
are bet.
Yeah.
It depends if there's a super live firster in this race or not. But I don't know how the 1 could be the same price, for instance, as K Road on the outside.
Yeah. No, you're right.
That doesn't seem to be the case. But listen, David's usually right on these things, not me. I have no problem with this horse. And at 6 to 1, I would take this horse. My horse is 8 to 1 morning line. I have no problem with my horse. You don't like Carol Annie at all. We'll take a look at her race 2 back, which I'm not saying is going to win this race. But I thought this horse was interesting. I know this is a claim away from Brad Cox, but Chris Englehart wins. And last time out, I don't know. This horse, something went wrong last time out. Is it possible this horse bled? I don't know, because this race 2 back is good enough to give her a chance in here. She's a horse that can be forward. I think Chris does a good job. His horses have been a little bit live lately. And I'm going to take a chance that something just went wrong last time out. I know the horse is claimed for 35, but this hardly looks like a maiden 75 optional claiming race. This feels like more of a 35 to 50 at best.
Yeah, it's interesting with her, too, because when Cravings beat her, Cravings was taking, I think, the biggest drop out of everybody there. But it's kind of like she beat herself, though. You know, Carol Annie, like
was
she
a heavy
kind of
favorite.
looked like she was going to go right by, and then she kind of
should have won.
So that was just my biggest issue. I think last time, you're probably right, something went wrong. Now she gets LASIK, so maybe she did bleed in that spot. But
Well, she's going to get LASIK because her first start as a 3-year-old, and she couldn't have
anyway.
LASIK before.
But,
I guess the problem is that it's a fairly weak bunch, and that means any and all of the firsters are dangerous. You got Jeremiah now. Strike a Rose is the first foal from this dam to race, which I don't particularly like, but I think you got a Bo Liam. It's interesting. Bo Hill. Do you see this horse? I have to.
Bo Hill is
Sort of
a half to Saffron Moon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's all turf,
all
first
turf,
and
yeah.
second generation. So that worries me. But Bo Liam has been pretty effective. This is sort of a random horse. And obviously the Ken McPeak horse is going to take a lot of money in here. Kenny's been live, and Jimmy Jerkins is doing a fabulous job, and no surprise with his horses. I tell you what, though, the first horse from this dam was a bad turf horse.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe this horse is a runner, but I don't tend to lean on firsters, even though I was going to guess Think I'm in Love. because I actually thought that horse was interesting.
Yeah, for me it was Striker Rose only because just the numbers that Jeremiah Engelhardt had 9 for 37 with a $1.78 ROI, 21 in the money with first time starting 3-year-old fillies on the dirt, and it was 3 for 10 at Aqueduct when you broke it down a little bit more with 6 in the money. So those horses kind of run. And the second dam's wins all came sprinting. So for me it was that. Although with Maisie Blue, the interesting I found was the only win for the dam was in the debut sprinting on the dirt. So. That if people look at that too,
that horse can certainly win.
Certainly win.
I just
but
tend to
I
not
just
take
wanted horses
firsters.
that ran like you know, in this spot over first time starters.
All right, move on to race number 6. Race number 6, Apollo Code, who we both have third. We'll take a look at the last race. Speaking of Ray Hando, claimed this horse, boy, was last time with time. You know, I know that the base projector has this horse loose. How does Eric not send Cam Duke? What was he doing rating this horse? The only chance he has is if he's aggressive with him.
I agree.
But he has no chance. And I just feel like Apollo Code took advantage of a bias last time, and it's such a last time was the time horse. But I'll be honest, if the 7 doesn't go and he gets loose, he may win it right back.
And not only that, last time too, he benefited also because Burning Hunk of Love just didn't get to the top either. You know, they didn't ride him to get to the top. So I agree. I mean, I have the horse third, but dangerous because I just like you thought the 7 was gonna show some speed, and you know that's this horse's MO. You know, it was funny with Cam Duke. I always thought Cam Duke was going to be a decent horse, and it just never turned out that way, especially after the way the horse started his career.
Let us destroy the Brave Buck.
So for me, it's just a matter of I know that he hasn't faced probably the toughest of fields or competition,
Well,
but
he's
at
not
least
facing one today.
But at least he shows up though, and then he wins. And for me, his figs have just been good. And the 2 times that he's lost recently, my man Matty and Dormello both wired the field. And last time outspeed was good when Dormello wired the field.
Well, no. Wait, that's the day, right? I'm sorry,
yeah.
I was thinking of another day.
Oh,
I
okay.
apologize.
Because Dormello wired that day, my man Matty wired, and it really only lost by a length that day, making up some ground. So for me, the other 3 races surrounding it are good enough for Linda to get the job done. And here he's tactical enough that he can work out his own trip. So
Those were bad fields, but I don't disagree with anything you said.
and this field is not, you know, I mean, killing that many people in here, you know. So
I'm going to bet a horse that I'll probably regret betting, but I'm going to bet Smile and Say Cheese. No, I have absolutely no confidence that the race 2 back, that figure's legit. Having said that, the races 3, 4, and 5 back are all fast enough to compete. And you're talking about a horse that was running 70 buyers late in his 2-year-old year. So it's not as though the potential exists for him to get better. And last time out, he was absolutely planted down on the dead rail. He was a little off it early, but then he went right down to the rail. And he was also probably more forward than he wants to be, going the mile. I know he went a mile last 2 back when he ran the big figure, but he can sprint. And I have got to take a horse that's going to be a bit of a price in a race where I'm not thrilled with the favorites that is coming off the dead rail. He's the first one coming back from it, and he's the one I want in here. I have to bet Smile and Say Cheese.
yeah, and I think he's not
I
going
don't
to
trust him, but
and I don't think he's going to take a lot of money either, because a lot of people may or may not assume with the rail last time out, but they'll see that it was Eddie DeLauro who can train a horse, you know, and get the job done. But they'll see coming off of that claim he didn't run good, and now they'll figure he was a
Eddie was
one.
5 for 63 last year with a barn full of horses. There are very few trainers that would have been 6 for 63.
I agree.
So I don't have a problem with that at all.
I agree.
And listen, if Foregone wins off his dream lucky trip last time out, I salute him. I suppose it's not impossible, but I'm going to bet on Smile and Say Cheese. I think he's the first horse coming back that was on the rail during the dead rail period. Race number 7. Let's start out by showing Rachel Rock, the 6, who you have nowhere in here. It was the morning line favorite. And we're going back, I think, to October of, 2024. So we're going back about 8 races. There was a time when this horse would absolutely crush these horses, but man, is this a dicey claim, layoff, drop down, right?
Yeah, I mean, the only good news is Jorge Abreu was 2 for 8, 5 in the money with a $1.20 ROI, first off 210 to 270 day layoffs. But beyond that,
well, he's 4 for 22 off 6 to 12 month layoffs.
Yeah, and the thing is, before for 11 on the turf, I had broke it down to turf and dirt. So I don't know if we had the same. I did 210 to 270. So I don't know if it was.
Well, I wouldn't narrow it down to 60 days on such a random scale.
But this is like 8 months away. This is now a drop, and now this horse is going to be a short price, and you're going to have to swallow that as well. I don't know. I mean, if this horse remembers who she is, she'll probably win if she runs whatever better races, but I don't trust her.
I don't disagree. And, she was claimed by Wayne Potts. She wasn't claimed by TT. She was actually claimed by somebody else. I'm not inclined to want to take her, but I do understand her merits. But it's also a pretty quick pace. I mean, I don't know that the 3 can run anymore. She could be forward. Matoli's girl is supposed to go. She has to go from down the inside. And you're asking Rachel's Rock to do this at a mile, off the layoff. I think it's a pretty big ask. What is the story with that's funny?
Just looking at this horse, I know that the race fell apart last time out, but she ran well on the big drop in class. And now today, in a group with some suspect speed in here with Matoli's girl, we'll see what she's complicated does, and we'll see,
I think you're taking this horse because you've seen Wayne Potts' barn is hot.
Well,
right?
that too. I mean, that
because she can't win this race off her last race.
All,
I don't know how she wins if she runs her last race.
But if the race comes apart, I mean, I think that she might be the horse at a price that can get the job done in here. I mean, I would prefer to use the 10 too as well. But I mean, as far as this horse goes, I mean, last time out might have woke this horse up on a drop.
I'm not sure what to do with top of the table in this race. I mean, this horse should have won last time out.
Yeah.
Was a little bit off the rail, and the rail was good, but this horse kind of should have won that time. And obviously is in a good post to be stalking towards the outside. But I don't like horses, especially for Linda, that are supposed to win their races. They don't get it done.
Yeah, she was home free.
She might run better. She might come back and win.
She was gone, and draws outside again. But they were aggressive with her last time, which normally they were not as aggressive. Maybe it was the stretch out too, so maybe she.
You don't want to use the 1 at all for I mean, this horse is good. This horse could be the speed off the Goldfarb and Cox claim. So I mean, I don't want to disregard them. I'm not going to let them beat me.
Best impression did wire the field last time out as well too. So I wonder, but the form was so bad leading into that as well.
Well, I think the real question
is tougher too.
What did Sandy see about this horse to
That's
claim
another
her?
thing as well.
Because she was
about it.
Lousy form. So I thought that was interesting. I'm going to bet on Toxic Girl in here.
Have her third.
I like the fact that Jimmy Riccio claimed this horse. We're taking a look at a race of hers from 2 races back when she won, a race that I think is good enough to be competitive in this race. And I thought this was an interesting claim by an owner that I have the utmost respect for, who's been claiming and winning here for a long, long time and doesn't claim that often, especially around here. And it just seemed like a bit of a strange claim. A horse that had just broken the non-winners, a 2 lifetime condition, so lost that condition. I guess the one thing you could say about this horse is she stays on the racetrack. She runs.
Oh, yeah.
And this is sort of a respect for Jimmy Riccio, more than a Linda claim that Jimmy was the one who claimed this horse. So I'm going to bet on Toxic.
Yeah, I have her third, and I think she could win in here. I feel like last time out she just was not comfortable at all. She was just wide in the turn in the stretch, kind of had her head cocked out a little bit too. So, but it's Linda, and they claimed, and like you said, Jimmy Riccio reaches in, and it's not a normal claim that you would see them go after, for a horse that hasn't had, like, really solid form or really, like,
well, I think it's more losing the condition. You're getting a horse that's lost a condition, and those are often not particularly clever trained. So when I see clever people make what I think are surprising claims, and even the 1 falls in that category, I tend to want to pay more attention. Race number 8. So we're going to take a look at Freedom Maker, who David has 6-1. We'll get to the 10 in a second. You know what? Well, we'll just show it. I don't know. If this horse couldn't win last time, I could never bet this horse back.
I'm just tired of the act. Like, last time out was just enough, with this horse, because this horse actually got the perfect trip again, almost like this horse got back 4 starts back and was able to get the lead, and this time actually open up and still got ran down at the end of the day. So now it's getting tiresome, even at this level now, which we're now at the bottom, and I don't know. I mean, I guess this horse can win, but this is just getting to be problematic now, and this is 14 starts, and we've seen this a few times now from this horse. So I just can't.
So you've got the even money morning line favorite on top, who's another claim and big drop down. I mean, this horse might just win because the field's terrible, but I just couldn't pick this horse on top.
I mean, fresh face, bad bunch in here. Does he really need to improve in this spot? He could probably regress and maybe win this race.
No. He'll win if he runs any of his races. That's not the question.
Cool Andy was won 2 races since one.
I understand. So Linda's dropping this horse in for 12-5, and she's probably going to lose this horse. So the fact that Cool Andy has done well since that race to me is a negative, not a positive.
So is the second place horse. The second place horse was second here in a maiden claimer. The 6th horse.
I understand. What I'm saying to you is I think that those are negatives, not positives.
As opposed to positives. excited for it.
Linda's as sharp as anyone comes. She knows those horses ran well. In fact, didn't Cool Andy run for her?
Yes, yeah, that's
so,
what. Yeah,
right. So she knows who these horses are, and she's saying this horse isn't going to run that race. Now, still probably going to run a race that beats these.
I would,
but at
yeah.
a very short price, I'm going to take the horse you have second, the 8 Enduring
That's the only
Angel,
horse I like, yeah.
who ran a 51 buyer first time out, so doesn't have to run that much better. Was trying to go a mile, then a mile and an eighth. Gets a little cutback. Gets a significant rider upgrade since then. And I thought the rider did anything really wrong last time, to be honest. Did you? Broke a little bit slow first time out, but I thought ran well enough in that race to be competitive here. I'm going to take this horse as my best alternative because I don't like anybody else.
Yeah, that's all I wanted was the 8 and 10 in this spot, and for exactly what you said about the 8.
I mean, Powered by Cole's not impossible. The race 2
Drops
backs
that
good
speed.
enough.
Dueled it out last time.
I assume Ricardo's still riding, right?
Yeah.
Okay. See what happens, Paul. It was a pleasure.
Always.
Thank you for watching. Head over to Naira Bets. If you're not a member of Naira Bets, no better time than the present. Use the promo code BONUS200, and we will match $200 of your initial deposit. Bet any track anywhere through Naira Bets. $20 bonus. Opt in for that. If you're betting on Tampa and Aqueduct, $100 or more in them. Win, lose, or draw, you'll get $20 back. Speaking of Tampa, 3 at Tampa, 2 here on the Cross Country Big 5. All of those races will be on America's Day at the Races. We're on from 2 to 5 on FS2. Greg, Maggie, and myself handling the action. Paul, thank you again. Thank you again for watching. Chris Griffin's up next with a reprise of the Scratches and Changes. Have a great day.
You bet with Naira Bets. Bet any track, anywhere, anytime. Download the Naira Bets app to play today and get a $200 deposit bonus. Watch live horse racing, get expert picks, boost your bankroll with weekly promotions, and hone your handicapping skills with exclusive tips and tutorials. Download the Naira Bets app now. Sign up now to claim your